just stepping away from the sort of horror genre for a little bit, I wanted to talk about some of the rumours that have been kicking about the new proposed Indiana Jones film. Now, I have a review of Indiana Jones 4 on one of my other channels that's got quite a lot of views, and at the time of making that, I quite enjoyed the film for what it was. It was never up to what the original trilogy was, but I still felt that as an adventure film on its own, if you didn't just think about it as an Indiana Jones film, that it kind of worked, even though it had some incredibly stupid things in it. And I still hold up, to that idea that I think as an adventure film it works, but because it was an Indiana Jones film, it really fell short. Now, they're talking about doing Indiana Jones 5, and the rumour that's kicking around is that both Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg have said to George Lucas, look, we'll make a fifth one, but Indiana Jones has to die in it, and he will pass on the hat to Mutt Williams, I think it was his name, the Shia LaBeouf's character in Indiana Jones 4, Indy's son. Now, I've got quite a few problems with this. First of all, I really would like to see them do another Indiana Jones film, but what I would really like to see them do is, I would like the idea of passing on the baton, but I thought the best thing that they could do is recast Indiana and have some sort of story arc that takes place from when he was younger and at the age he is now, and have Harrison Ford play the bits when he's older, and have a new actor come in to play him in his, say, his sort of mid-30s, right? And the sort of around about the sort of age he was when, the original trilogy was made. And then that would lead on to another film where that actor would stand on his own 2 feet and do the whole role on his own. So that's what I would have liked to have, but they're talking about killing him off. Now, there are some reasons why we should take this rumour seriously, because one of them is that Harrison Ford wanted to do that with Han Solo, and it's not a surprise that he wants to do that with Indiana Jones. The biggest problem I have with it is the idea that of passing the hat on to Shia LaBeouf's character, because regardless of what George Lucas says, nobody wants to see someone else kicking about with the hat, with the fedora hat and the whip. They want to see Indiana Jones. He's an iconic character, and he's a character that definitely, ironically, it was inspired by, in some ways, by James Bond, because they wanted to make a James Bond film, and then they started talking about doing their own thing, and they developed it from the 1950s serials. But like James Bond, I don't see any reason why other actors can't play Indiana. Now, the fact is that the precedent's already been set, because Indiana Jones was already played by a bunch of other actors in TV series, and also by River Phoenix in the third film when he was a younger guy. And yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I think that would be a great idea. My shout for that, by the way, would be Nathan Fillion. I think he's a fantastic actor, and he's also built his on-screen persona around a lot of Harrison Ford's performances. He's on record as saying that for when he played Mal Reynolds in Serenity. So I think he would be a fantastic Indiana Jones. I would love to see that. I think he has the cockiness that Harrison Ford had in those films, but he also has the ability to make you feel he's kind of out of his depth as well in some ways, which is really important, and for the character. And I just think Nathan Fillion would be perfect in the role. Anyway, another problem I have with this idea of killing Indy off is that they already set, not that I'm a continuity Nazi or anything like that, but they already set the continuity in the television series. Now, you might think, oh, it's a TV series, but they even had Harrison Ford come back. It's terrible, don't watch it, but they actually had him come back as Indiana Jones for like one episode, and it was such a missed opportunity that it's really silly what they did with Harrison Ford's performance, and that was while he was making The Fugitive. And it is canon, but the television series shows Indiana Jones as an older man, you know, in his like 80s and 90s. So I have a problem with them all of a sudden rewriting history. You know, maybe Greedo shot first. So I just really, if they've got to make a fifth one, then please just don't kill off Indy, and please try the idea of passing it on to another actor. The James Bond franchise did it. Look at Daniel Craig as James Bond now. I wouldn't, you know, I've said this, but I think he's right up there with Sean Connery, even though Connery will always be the best for me, but even though the first Quantum of Solace wasn't that great, but Casino Royale was fantastic, and it wasn't Daniel Craig's fault that the second film was a bit of a mess. So I think that Indiana Jones could work that way as well. So please don't kill off Indiana Jones, George, and hope you're all having a good day. See you later.